Population up, house in demand. So today I'm going to talk about population. But before that, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, you can always comment right below here and I will come back to you. All right. So yeah, we are talking about population today and why this topic, right? I believe that one of the area that look into, which is will be affecting the price of this property is the population. It's not entirely, but still this is a very good data that we have to look into, before we gauge whether the property price is heading north or heading south. All right. So let's look back in 20 years ago, which is 2005. All right. And in 2005, based on data, Singapore residents population, all right, and this is comprising of citizen and PR. In case you don't know what is PR, is permanent residents. So it's about 3.47 million. So back in 2005, that is the amount of people in Singapore, all right, which consist of these two components. So 10 years later, which is 2015, we can see an increase in our population. And of course, it comprised with citizen and PR. I have eliminated off the portion of non-residents. So we just purely focus on these two components, all right? And it rose about 3.9 million. All right. So for the 10 years from 2005 to 2015, the average growth per year is about 43,000. All right, 43,000 residents per year. So fast forward to 2025, which is this year. Another 10 years later, Singapore resident population, okay, comprising citizen and permanent resident, reached about 4.2 million. And this marked an increase of about 300,000 residents over the decade. And of course, if you zoom in further, like the average of 20 years, from 2005 to 2025, the increase is about 730,000 residents over 20 years. So it worked out to be average of 36,500, right? So now first is like we look at from 2005 to 2015, and then we look from 2015 to 2025, and then we look at the whole 20 years average out. So like I say, it's about 36,500. So why are we looking at this, right? I would say that it represents the annual demand for housing, all right? But the question is, what is our current housing supply and demographic of the population, right? Because just the population alone, we do not know whether how much it will impact our property pricing, right? Before we go into the housing supply, okay, or existing housing available, let's look at the resident population in terms of the gender different, all right? And of course, I focus on between 21 to 69 age group. I felt that this group of demographic of people have more active in property transaction, all right? Because when you grow older, probably you have to downsize a little bit, yeah, due to number of people in the household. And of course, uh, from 21 to 35, most likely this portion of people starting a family, buying a BTO, getting a new houses, some even straight diving into private property. So within the mid-range, like between 30 to 50, these are group of people might be going upgrading. So of course, if you look at the individual gender, like male and female, we have like average of 100 over 1,000, right? So I didn't count on numbers, but looking at it, it seems like it's like about maybe 2.5 to 3 million people over here. Okay, so for me, looking at it, it seems very healthy in terms of numbers, right? So let's look further, like what is the number of units in Singapore? Okay, so I apply the 80-20 rule. They call it Pareto principle, right? So roughly 80% of residents live in HDB. Okay, 80%. That is based on this 80-20 rule, right? So if 80% is living in the HDB, so I assuming that 20% of the residents, which is 4.2 million, are living in private housing, right? So I do a math, like 4.2 million, 20% of it is about 840,000 residents. All right. So based on finding, the condo and other apartment consists of 375,612 number of units. So not forgetting that with a yearly population increase of 36,500, some may enter private housing, although not all, right? Again, you can apply the Pareto principle. So in my opinion, the ratio of non-landed property uh, population is still very reasonable. After looking at the population growth and the number of homes available, you can tell that the property pricing is stable and most likely will able to go up yearly, in a very sustainable growth, right? Household income and country economy also matter. So these are the area that we have not looked into. Okay, but today just purely population alone. So guys, feel free to DM me and I will share more with you one-to-one section for 2026 market outlook. All right, and this will give you a better understanding and your direction for your next property journey. And take note that all this is based on my own personal opinion and the findings can be changed time to time. All right. So thank you very much and see you. Bye bye.